Hey, what's up you guys? I'm Sara Lubratt, and today's video is going to be a little recap about how my writing went during the month of September, as well as looking forward and what my goals and plans are for October, aka Preptober, also known as the month before November, aka NaNoWriMo. Preptober is normally when people start planning for NaNoWriMo, and so we're gonna get to my thoughts on that in just a second, but we're gonna start with my writing recap for September and also just a general life update. While I'm filming this video, I'm still a couple days from the end of September, but so far in September, I wrote the first 2 days and then didn't write for 25 and then wrote again, which brings me up to a current total of having written 3 days in September. I'm currently sitting at a total of 6,151 words so far in draft 4 of Project DE this month. Like I said, it's not quite over yet, but I definitely had a very long non-writing streak. However, I have had some good time to think about my projects and start thinking about NaNoWriMo and what projects I might want to work on during that. But overall, September has not been a super heavy writing month for me. I did have some high hopes for my reading goals this month, and I ended up not finishing any books either. I did get further into reading The 4-Hour Workweek, got a little bit further into Project Hail Mary, and got a little bit further into A Crown of Gilded Bones, but did not finish a book this month. No, again, it's not ideal, but it is what it is. I have really enjoyed what September has brought me so far. It was just a little bit less actively creative than I had originally hoped for, but I also think that that is totally fine because of some of the other things that I was able to accomplish this month. I have been working on decorating my apartment more. I hung up a mirror in my living room. I've done a little bit more decorating in my bedroom. I bought some LED lights for my living room for when I have people over or when I want to write and just really get into a mood or a certain scene. And so my apartment has been coming more and more together, which has been so cool, and it feels much more like my space now, and it still has a little bit further to go, but it's getting a lot closer. It seems like every single day. It is September, meaning that unfortunately the weather is probably going to start turning a little bit colder within the next few weeks, and I had a realization of that earlier this month where I just kind of freaked out because I moved out here to be hiking and I moved out here for the national parks, but I had only been to Arches National Park so far, and so I wanted to go to another one. So I kind of took a little impromptu trip to Capitol Reef National Park in southern Utah, as well as doing a lot of hiking closer to where I live in Salt Lake City, because I'm very aware of the fact that the weather's going to be turning soon, and I'm really trying to fight that because I know it's going to happen whether I welcome it or not, but I want to get the most out of the summer and the warm weather that's left. So I've been working very hard on doing that, but I've been on some absolutely gorgeous hikes. I'm getting more and more decked out in my hiking gear. I now have a backpack. That's thrilling. Before I bought my hiking backpack, I was seriously just using the backpack that I still had from college, which is, let me tell you, not the right thing that you're supposed to be hiking in. And I now have hiking poles as well as a larger water bottle because I learned from my little trek to Arches National Park that I was not bringing enough water when I was hiking. And then like 2 days after I got back from that trip, I had a friend that wanted to go camping, and so I went back down to southern Utah, which is like 5 or 6 hours away. I think it took us 7 hours to get to the campsite and then all set up, so about 6 hours driving, I think. And I went camping for a couple days, and it was my first like legitimate camping experience, which was so much fun, and it was such a cool experience that I would really like to go again, but it will kind of depend on my schedule and kind of depend on the other person's schedule. And then I literally got back from camping as my parents were landing at the airport because they were going to come out and visit me for a couple days, and now they have left again, and so now it's just me back in my apartment, starting to feel really creatively invigorated because of all of the hikes and all of the outdoorsiness that I've done recently. And I feel very grounded and very centered and very creative, which is amazing, and I'm very excited about it. But at the same time, I'm like, okay, I only wrote 6,000 words so far this month. There's still time. I can still write a little bit more, but I really enjoyed being outside. So it is what it is. So now that we have covered my not so little September writing recap and general life update, here are some of my goals for October, aka Preptober, leading up to the month of NaNoWriMo. Because that is rapidly approaching. We're gonna start off with some really good news. My first goal for October is to start posting it twice a week here on YouTube again. It has been a while since I was posting twice a week consistently. It was just a little unsustainable with where I was at with my move and settling into a new city and meeting people and trying to also be creative on top of making YouTube videos. But now, at the very least for October and November, I am planning on going back up to 2 uploads a week on Mondays and Thursdays, hopefully. That's the plan, primarily because I have a NaNoWriMo series planned for every Monday in October that I'm super excited to share with you guys, so make sure you're subscribed for that. My next goal for October is to actually finish a book. I would like to finish reading a book. It doesn't matter which one, just one of them, at least one of them. I think I'm still sitting at incredibly behind on my Goodreads goal of 20 books this year. I think I'm still sitting at 10 and I'm like halfway into like 4 different books. And so I just want to finish one, and then I think finishing one of those books will give me the momentum to keep knocking out books and keep finishing books. My next goal for October is to get further into Project DE. I was hoping to finish draft 4 before November begins because I would like to start on something new for November, but I'm not super sure which project that's actually gonna be yet, and I'm still sitting at about halfway through draft 4 of Project DE. I don't know if I'll be able to finish it, but I'm just gonna try and work at it and try to designate a certain amount of time to it every single day, or at least most days, because I have not written every single day since March. But my goal is to try and do a certain amount of hours per week towards this project to hopefully get further, if not finish draft 4. That very easily transitions into my next goal, which is to figure out which project I'm going to be working on during the month of November for NaNoWriMo. If you are not familiar with NaNoWriMo, it stands for National Novel Writing Month, and it happens every single November, and it's basically just an online group of people that get together and try to write a rough draft of a novel within that month in the amount of 50,000 words, which if you write every single day breaks down to 1,667 words a day. And it's a very fun community, and I'm looking forward to participating this year and trying to win. And by winning, I just mean hitting that 50,000 words. It's not a competition. You win if you hit that 50,000. But basically, I need to figure out what project I'm working on. I need to start planning for it in whatever capacity that actually takes shape in, because I'm not a plotter, I'm a pantser, but I think that I need some gist of what's happening in the story so that I can effectively write or attempt to write 50,000 words in a month. My last currently planned thing for October is getting to explore the writing software called BookFlow. I recently stumbled across this writing software and got really excited about the idea of it. And so I reached out to the company, and they sounded really excited about the fact that I was interested in their product, that they ended up sending me a 30% off code for you guys if any of you guys also wanted to try it out. They have a 30-day free trial, and then if you decide to do anything after that with my code or the link in the description, you get 30% off whatever membership you choose to sign up for. I've only ever written in Word, and so I'm excited about trying to use a different software, and we will just see what happens, and I'm going to be completely transparent with you guys as I go, as I begin to explore this new to me writing software. So that's my September wrap up and my October goals. If you enjoyed this video, I would really appreciate it if you could give it a big thumbs up, because that's the best way to support my channel, and it helps show the YouTube algorithm that you liked my video and that someone else might too. I would love to hear down in the comments below what some of your September successes were and what your goals are for October or Preptober if you're planning on doing NaNoWriMo. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm Sara Lubratt, and I will see you guys on Monday with my next video, because I'm going back to my posting schedule of twice a week on Mondays and Thursdays. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.